Ryan Custer, you know, this event will be a face-off of two of the biggest fighters in the world. Really the combination of 4 years of call-outs, and it's become a brewing rivalry between Jake Paul, the sport's most watched fighter, whose showmanship has certainly redefined boxing promotion, and Gervonta Davis, one of the most feared punchers in the world, and obviously regarded as the Mike Tyson of this generation. Paul and Davis, well, they both have battled to claim the title of boxing's biggest star, and now the winner can take the mantle, which has set up this monumental showdown. Know what you want to know, and it's the tickets. Pre-sale for Jake versus Tank begins tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Trust me, it will be another sold-out event. You don't want to wait. You can sign up for pre-sale right now at jakeversustank.com. Again, jakeversustank.com. Now, let's get to where all of you have come out here. Let's bring out the fighters. First coming to the stage, this man returns to the ring fresh off his victory over a former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He did that just 3 months ago. That win, well, earned him a ranking. He is now ranked 14th with the WBA as a contender at cruiserweight. This man, of course, after that victory, followed up that monumental win he had over Mike Tyson, where he made history. You know, that was the most streamed sporting event ever. 125 million people watched that fight globally across the world. He certainly has made a significant impact on the sport of boxing. He's brought certainly new eyes to the sport. He's championed fighter pay. He's uplifted women's boxing. He's also partnered with USA Olympic Boxing, and now he continues his journey on trying to become a world champion in the most challenging fight to date, stepping up again to test himself against one of boxing's pound-for-pound best fighters, New York City. He will step into the ring with a record of 12-1. 7 of those wins have come by knockout. He's known as the problem child. He is Jake El Gallo de Dorado Paul.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around like 600 niggas. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just better not ask for no favor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's love for my brothers and get to a trader. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go. It's all natty like for the gator. Let's go. You switch on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the game at? Just TBD. I look at it like a BTC. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. I don't give a if you know. Yes,
Modern day Mike Tyson, one of the most feared punchers in the sport of boxing. He's knocked out 28 of the 31 opponents he's faced. He's got a 93% knockout percentage, which is one of the best of the current world champions. His fights of the last 4 years have broken numerous numerous live gate records, multiple cities, including here in New York. He's putting, without question, his legacy on the line against a much bigger fighter and looking to prove to the world he has no fear. When he walked into the ring, he walked into the ring with a record of 30-0 and 1. 28 of those wins have come by knockout. He's the undefeated 3-division champion, the reigning WBA world champion, and one of the sport's pound-for-pound best. He hails from Baltimore, Maryland. He is Gervonta Tank Davis. Before we get into this, I remember 4 years ago, we did the fight when you beat Tyron Woodley. You had a post, and you had a hit list. On that hit list was Gervonta Davis. Can you believe we are at this point now, and you've got a fight now with Gervonta Davis?
Yeah, absolutely. Manifestation is everything. I knew we would be here. Before we start more, I want to take a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk and his family, Erica Kirk, real heroes of America. I want to take a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Rest in peace, Charlie. He means the world to the United States, and his legacy lives on today. But yeah, I knew we'd be here fighting Gervonta. I've predicted everything in my career, and just made it all come true.
Tank, same question. Can you believe this is happening and you're about to get into the ring with Jake Paul?
I'm definitely excited. You know, I think it's going to be good. You know, he been in the gym and he been boxing for a little minute now, so he been taking it serious. So we just got to see what he brings from.
November 14th.
He's stupid as fuck.
I got a number of questions for both of you. Before we get into those questions, I want to bring up a special guest to give you some of the details about the fight. And along with Jake, this man has made it his mission, of course MVP's mission, to champion women's boxing, elevate young prospects, and certainly promote some of the biggest events in the sport of boxing. Let me bring to the stage and to this podium Most Valuable Promotions co-founder. He's also the CEO, Kaseya Center.
It's amazing to be here. This is our third event in 12 months with Netflix, and we thank them for their partnership. I also want to thank the Florida State Athletic Commission, and also thank the legendary Al Heyman, who, along with myself and Team Davis, has worked to get this event to this point. Tomorrow morning, we will announce multiple world title fights as a part of this card, including a historically relevant co-main. As Brian said, this event has been 4 years in the making, when a fairly novice Jake Paul made a wish list of future opponents, and right in the middle of that list was Gervonta Tank Davis. Many laughed at the time, and some still can't believe we're here. But these two young men are the face of boxing for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They are the two biggest boxers in America, and they're putting it all on the line. One has the speed, the skill, the accuracy, and the one-punch knockout power. The other has the size, the force, and the unbreakable confidence to make this must-see Netflix. The size difference is obvious, but so is the skill and experience difference. One man has been doing this for 23 years, since the age of 7. The other picked up the sport 5 years ago and has virtually no amateur experience. So the size difference is what makes this plausible. The king of the jungle here is Tank Davis. He is the lion taking on the young elephant that is Jake Paul. The lion is looking at me like he's about to eat me. The lion is fast, he's fierce, and he's fatal when he strikes. But the young elephant is big, powerful, and hard to knock down. And come Friday, November 14th, the jungle will be set in tropical Miami, Florida, and the world will be watching live on Netflix globally to see who the victor will be. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a victor, because the fighters have agreed and the commission has approved a maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds. The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. Sitting ringside will be 3 commission-approved world-class professional judges that will score every round to ensure there's a decisive outcome for the fight if it goes the distance. And both men are enrolled in the highest level of testing with USADA. So Tank, Jake, thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving boxing another massive moment, headlined by yourselves, featuring multiple world title fights. But come Friday, November 14th, only one of you will have your hand raised and walk away with the W. The question is, will it be a W rendered by 3 judges or a W by stoppage? May the best fighter win. Thank you.
Win! Win, 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 win! Fuck everything else! Win, 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 win!
Guys, let's talk about the fight. That's why people are here. Jake, I'll start with you. You certainly built your career on taking tough challenges. Now you're facing Tank, probably one of the most explosive punchers in the sport of boxing. What do you see as your biggest advantage going into this fight?
Yeah, I would say a lot of things, but I think first and foremost is going to just be my reach, my size, being able to keep him away. I think there's a lot of holes in his defense that a lot of people haven't exposed before, and he's a great fighter, one of the best. I'm excited. He's elevating me to a new height. He's making me push myself to my limits. I'm more locked in than ever, but at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be able to come out on top and outbox the guy who's been doing it for 7 times as long as me.
Obviously, toughest test that you faced to this point. You beat an undefeated world champion. Is this the fight where folks, especially in the boxing community, have to say, Jake Paul deserves to be at the elite level?
Nah, they'll never give me credit until I have the world championship belt, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. You know, but belts collect dust, and what I've done in the sport is unprecedented. Never will be replicated, and done it in such a short amount of time. Just getting warmed up. They're not going to give me credit. I don't need the credit from these bozos, to be honest. The credit's in my bank account.
Tank, I'll start with you. I guess a number of people will say, why Jake Paul as opposed to a rematch with Lamont Roach?
It just, you know, I don't want to put a lot out there, but it just, you know, doing what's best for me and what's right for me. And I've been doing this for a little minute now. You know, I've been doing it since I was 7 years old. You So this is the first camp I can like, enjoy myself, be back myself, like even leading up to like the rematch of the Roach fight. It was more so like I don't want to get too much in it, but November the 14th, you got Jake Paul and me. I think it's gonna be a great event. Every time I fight is fireworks. Jake Paul coming in, he's much bigger, he's much stronger. Boxing wins come November the 14th. It's not just me and Jake on the fight. It's a whole card, and we just giving boxing what it needs. That's excitement.
He certainly has size, stronger guy. What specifically does Jake Paul have that concerns you?
What concerns me, his power. Gotta test his power. Gotta test his just everything. To be honest, I never been in the ring with Jake, so I could say a lot, but when it comes down to November the 14th, I gotta be in there with him. I gotta be able to, his arm reach, his size, his power, the way he move and things like that. I just gotta adapt, as I fight him come November the 14th.
One of the things, Jake, about you, mental toughness. And you've certainly used that mental toughness with a number of your opponents and have rattled them before the fight. This guy's certainly experienced. You think you can rattle Gervonta Davis before y'all step into the ring?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This is going to be a true-on boxing fight. The best man will win, and I think the shit talk is all fun, and we've been going at it for years and years, but I don't think either one of us really care. We just want to go in there and prove that we're better than the other one.
You've talked a lot about leaving a lasting legacy in the sport of boxing. You beat Tank Davis. Do you believe you've basically cemented yourself as one of the best in the sport?
Nah, not yet. I'm just getting warmed up, but this will certainly shut up a lot more people. Each fight has done that so far. Only 5 years as a pro, and feels like the last fight I had was the end of chapter 1. This is the beginning of chapter 2, and I'm only 28 years old. I have a lot more to prove, and once I beat this guy, more people will shut up, but at the end of the day, I'm really still just getting warmed up in the sport, and I'm going to show how good I am. This is a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter that I'm going to outbox, and truly, when people run back this press conference, all the shit talk, all the fun, they're going to be like, wow, this kid really is doing something monumental in the sport, and he's actually insane boxer, and I'm going to show that this guy who's been doing it his whole life has been doing it wrong his whole life.
What'd you say, Tank?
He said he's gonna outbox me. Whoop-de-doo.
The one thing when you have a fight of this magnitude, especially with Jake, because his appeal has been global, for you, Tank, do you think this is one of those fights where now all of a sudden you can show your boxing skills on a global scale to maybe people who weren't interested in boxing? All of a sudden they say, well, who is this guy?
Yeah, it's actually like, now that I'm looking at it now, it's just like, I don't know, probably it was a good thing, by just, us fighting. Because you had someone that, we come from two different sides, like, of the world. We come from, and we still on the same path to get the same thing, So, I think it's good. My headspace that I'm in now is way better than what I was before, and that's the only thing that matters to me. Again, this fight gonna be exciting. I feel as though it's gonna be it's gonna do a lot of numbers. Again, we two guys from different worlds that's still on the same that one goal, and that's to make sure our family, our kids, and everything is okay. So shout out to Jake Paul for coming with me and making this event happen, and his team, and MP Promotions, Netflix, Al Heyman, everybody.
Turns out he can't read just like Floyd.
Oh, MP. Oh,
You got a chance.
I'm not worried about that.
You got a chance.
People talk all day. It's cool.
How was training for something like this? Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
This is what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds.
one thing.
I got
If
the
I find
8-year-olds in there.
anything- If I
and-
find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. And my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. No, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen, and I'm gonna show you and him back.
And it begs the question, Tank.
Nothing.
It begs the question, Tank.
Nothing.
How was your training for him? I mean, now you're fighting a bigger guy. Obviously, this is like cruiserweight. How was that training for this? And you know, everyone wants to know, you taking this 100% serious, because he's coming to really hurt you and make a statement. Are you taking this 100% serious? And how's the training for someone of this size?
Of course, somebody like his size and things like that, we gotta take him serious because we don't want to say it, but things can go sideways. So we ain't taking him lightly. We definitely looking at Jake Paul as a real fighter. I watch him when I'm training, when I'm home from the gym, and we're not taking him lightly. Again, it's gonna be good for the sport. I'm just glad to be here.
Jake, how you win this fight?
Just showing up. Honestly, I'm gonna knock him out. He has a lot of flaws in his defense, and I'm gonna expose him. Look what a 135 Lamont Roach did to him, and it's just gonna be so much fun for me. I'm so glad that God gave me this moment. I'm Gervonta. Tank Davis is karmic retribution.
I'm curious, Tank. When you walk into the ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring,
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on.
Alright. That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a fucking clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
it.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female? Like, come on, it would be mad. You see how when I don't want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P Diddy, when things got like that, no, listen. When one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No. No?
Okay.
No?
I'm sure that there are members of the media who are here who have questions for you guys. We have mics right there in the middle. All we ask is that you come to that mic, make sure you introduce yourself, and ask your question to the fighter.
Oliver Salt for Daily Mail. Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact that you've taken this fight rather than the road rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? Can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care? What they think? When y'all switch every. Somebody can have a bad day, and y'all switch it on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? What happened? He won, right? But how he look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate. You know?
Next question.
How you doing, Tank? Jake MacArthur from Casual Corner. Tank, are you going to be retiring? If not, who could we see you fight next year?
Right now, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, doing me right now.
And for Jake, is Canelo still on your list after the loss?
Yeah, 100%. That's another one of the biggest fights that can be made in boxing. And after I beat this guy, Canelo's on the list for sure.
It's Kevin Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican Kid KG, and my first question is for Tank. Tank, so obviously, you're fighting Jake, and this is the fight that's in front of you. That's what you're focused on now. But I gotta ask you, he's a bigger dude. You acknowledge that. He's stronger. He's got the size advantage. Let's say he would have knocked you out. Do you think that impacts your legacy? Or even lose? Just a loss to Jake Paul. What kind of impact do you think that has on your legacy?
I'm not really, I'm not sure. I'm not really big on it. I don't really care at this moment.
So you're not concerned that a loss to Jake Paul would mean anything to you at all? It doesn't sound like it.
I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
You're gonna still have this poodle after the loss.
My follow-up question is for you, Jake. Jake, look, in the Mike Tyson fight, fans debate whether you were pulling back a little bit or whatever the case might have been with the outcome to it. In this fight, is it your intention to make up for that a little bit? Do you want to knock, Tank out? And is it a little bit about making up for maybe not doing that against Tyson?
Yeah, 100%. I haven't got a knockout in a long time, so I'm itching. It's been a couple of fights, and I believe truly I've manifested. I saw the vision of him getting knocked out, highlight real KO, and I'm just excited to be able to deliver that for the fans and have one of another most viral knockouts ever.
Hello, Gervonta and Jake Paul. My name is Brian Lima, and I have a question for both of you. So we all know you guys are fighting on Friday, November the 14th. But the one question I have for both of you is, Jake, starting off with you. What made you wanted to fight a fighter like Gervonta Davis, who's been doing it his entire life? Knockout power, pinpoint accuracy, everything, etc.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've talked some shit to him, but I honestly respect him a lot as a fighter, as an entertainer, and he's one of the only other biggest name in America. Me and him are the biggest names in America in terms of boxing, so it only makes sense to fight. It's a challenge for me, it's a step up in my career, and because of the size and everything, that's what makes this a 50-50 fight. I always love challenging myself and doing the biggest events and partnering with Netflix and putting on a show, so that's what this is all about, and I put him on my list 4 years ago of someone that I would fight, and I just made it come true.
Thanks, Jake. And Gervonta, my question for you is, you could have fought anybody on the top rankings. What made you wanted to fight somebody like Jake Paul that has the size, the reach, and everything? Like, what made you wanted to choose somebody like Jake Paul?
Just testing myself, you know. We got the opportunity, you know. They came and said they wanted to, you know, get it on, so we let the ends meet.
Thank you, Jake Paul, and thank you, Gervonta Davis.
What's up? My name is Edwin, representing that Boxing Voice TVV. My first question is to Gervonta. Gervonta, a lot of people have stepped up to beat the fighter that is Jake Paul. Why is it that you think that you can be that fighter, and if anything, do you think you can stop him?
Say what was I'm sorry.
I said that a lot of fighters have stepped up to fight Jake Paul, and a lot of fighters claim that they were going to be the fighter to stop him. What makes you think that you can be the fighter to stop him? And if you can't stop him, do you think you can stop him?
Yeah, for sure. I think I can stop. I'm much quicker than him. He's much stronger, much bigger, but we all know that tall fighters is a taller fighter. A shorter person is hard to fight a taller person. So, I mean, well, a taller person is hard. It's hard to fight a shorter person. So, we know he's gonna be definitely frustrated. You know, he's slower. You know, his arm reach not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But I'm for sure though that he decent and he gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there, you know how things play out.
And to Jake Paul, the same question to you. What makes you think that you can stop Tank Davis with your lack of experience in the ring?
Yeah, he's an emotional fighter. He gets upset easily. He's no matter what he does, he's going.
Not a real fighter.
He's going to underestimate me. Bro, you took a knee in the last fight. Like, you should have got 2 points taken off, bro. You're always in your head. Like, at the end of the day, he thinks that the speed's gonna make a difference. It's not. He has a lot of holes in his defense. No one has ever pressed him.
You should have been a fighter on.
And you're gonna see me knock this guy out.
That's how I know he's not a real fighter. When you at a press conference, you don't put the next person on point. You shouldn't do that.
What are you saying?
You heard what I said.
You said you shouldn't put the next person on point?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
What? I don't know what that means, bro.
Okay.
Next question.
Jorge Alonso, Gervonta, considering that.
Gervonta.
Gervonta.
Tank.
You got a mohawk, bro. Always remember that. You got a mohawk.
You tattooed your fucking name on your forehead so you wouldn't forget, you dumbass.
That's not my name, dumbass. That's my daughter's name, dumbass. My son's name, dumbass. And again, you got a mohawk. That's fucking swell.
Tank. Alright, Tank, you're giving up 40 pounds, 50 pounds to Jake. Considering he's much bigger, is this one of the biggest challenges in your career? Do you feel?
I can't say right now. I ain't been in the ring with him. You know?
Jake, is this the toughest challenge in your career?
Yeah, 100%. This is a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. you know, there's been a lot of criticism on fight a pro boxer, fight someone your age, all this stuff. And Tank has stepped up to the plate. He said it in the podcast. He said, I'm the guy. I'm the guy to beat him, for him to fight a pro boxer, for him to fight someone his own age. So here we are. This is definitely the toughest test.
Hey, how you doing? My question's for Jake. Chris here with Boxing with Chris. Jake, when I spoke to you in March at the Tank Roach, you seemed disappointed. It seemed like this fight was not going to happen. How were the terms revisited and how we're here today?
Wait, say it again? Something about fight not happening.
When we spoke in March, you said this fight was off the table. So from March to here, how was this fight revisited? How were you guys able to make this fight happen?
Yeah, no, we just made it happen. I mean, negotiations, back and forth, all parties being aligned, and you know, this is the biggest fight in boxing. Currently, we're gonna beat Terrence and Canelo numbers with ease. So at the end of the day, when you have an opportunity like this to do the biggest fight, I think all parties align and just make it happen.
Dr. Abi
Two more
with
questions,
World
I'm sorry,
Liberty
two more
TV.
questions.
Dr. Abi with World Liberty TV Boxing Channel. Jake, big fan of yours. I just want to say what you're doing for boxing is phenomenal. We're putting it on the map. What you're doing with the ladies, with the Mike Tyson and UFC.
I'll swing on you right now.
Nobody. I love you too, Gervonta. I'm a big fan of yours. But I just wanted to tell this man what he's doing for boxing and putting it on the map, and I just want to take my hat off.
Get the mic from him.
So, what I want to say is, if you beat Tank, you know, people are going to say you beat a smaller man. So, what's the victory here?
Man, honestly, people always have something to say. It's old news, keep talking. At the end of the day, you're here. So whatever anyone has to say, just keep on saying it, please. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
James Sullivan, Boxing Source. This question is for both Tank and Jake. Given that y'all have kind of like had a meteoric rise to be very popular in the sport of boxing, and for this fight here coming up November 14th, for each of y'all, state your case for being the face of boxing. All right, say something.
One of you, is
I say
it
both of them. For both of them.
What?
He wants you to state
I
your
said
case.
state your case for
Right,
being the face of boxing.
I ain't a face of boxing fan. I'm just somebody that box.
Jay?
Numbers.
There you have it. Thank you, everybody, members of the media, for your questions. I know what you guys want to see. You want to see them face off. I'd like to see them face off. Before we do that, let me bring back Most Valuable Promotion CEO, Nikisa Bedarian, to the stage. He's also going to be joined by TGB Promotions, their president, Mr. Tom Brown. New York City, the face-off, Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis.